What's up, everybody? It's AJ with Etro.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Malone kayak cart called the Nomad. It's going to be good for strapping your kayak down to this cart. That way, if you're by yourself, you don't have to carry the kayak to or from your destination. So either going to the lake or the river or coming back to your car, it's not on you to carry it the whole way. We know that you sometimes don't park right next to the lake, so there's a little bit of walking to do. This is going to help no matter what terrain it is you can just pull it right behind you, and it sure beats carrying it. Let's check it out. Looking a little closer at the wheels on the cart, you can see it's a hardened plastic, and that's not a negative, that's actually a positive. It's meant for this loose gravel kind of terrain. You never know, it's not going to be flat the whole way to your destination. And I was really impressed with this as I was pulling around. It works just fine on the gravel. I thought due to the kayak being kind of light and the cart being light that it would struggle or catch and I would have to pull it more, but I'm barely pulling it. It goes around just fine, and this is not even whatsoever. So it's handling it really good. On the outside surface of the wheel, you still have that rubber grip, and that's what helped it work so well on the loose gravel. The benefits of it being a plastic wheel instead of a tire are you don't have to maintain any air pressure, because there is none. It's always going to be ready to go. You don't have to worry about any holes or punctures or just making sure you check it from time to time. It's a plastic wheel. It'll always be good to go. Off the gravel, we're just checking it out in the grass here, seeing how it rolls. Pulls just fine, not having any issues. Now that we've seen how well it performs outside on a bunch of different terrains, I'm actually pretty impressed. I think it works great. Let's go inside and check out the details. I'm going to unstrap the kayak so we can get a closer look at the cart itself. While I'm doing that, I want to mention how nice it is that these straps are actually attached to the kayak cart underneath. We'll see in a second when I take the kayak off what I'm talking about, because not all of these carts are set up that way. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And you can see how it has mounting points on the side of the cart to where the straps attach, which is handy because you don't have to worry about these being loose and by themselves or losing them or remembering to grab these and bring them. Or when you go to strap the kayak down, you don't have to try and have a loose strap and wrap it around these bars here and try and make something work. It's set up exactly how it's supposed to work. You have the longer ends here that feed over to the buckles on this side with the protection on the bottom. That way it's not going to scratch your kayak up or anything like that. If it hits it and makes contact, it's not metal on kayak. It's going to be this pad and going to protect it. It may not sound like a big deal, but it really is. Takes away from the hassle of just remembering where you put the straps, remembering to bring the straps. They're attached. They're always going to be with you as long as you have this cart. There's some other ones like the Swagman hauler, and that doesn't have any straps included. So you'd have to remember to bring those, figure out how to wrap this up and tie up your kayak every time. This makes it way easier. The Nomad is really good when you load up your kayak too. With the kayak off there, you can see you got the rubber padding here. It's going to protect the whole of your boat. That way it doesn't hit the frame of the cart. Also has a nice kickstand down here. That way you don't have to kind of balance with 1 foot while you're loading the kayak on there. That can be kind of cumbersome and a pain. On the sides, you have the hook and loop that you can keep the straps nice and tidy, so when you're loading it up, they're out of the way too. Or when you're going to fold up and put in your car, they're out of the way, just not hanging around. The frame itself was made out of aluminum, so it's lightweight, but it's still durable. It can hold up to 150 pounds. If you think you need a little bit more than that, you got a heavier kayak. There is also the Clipper-TRX, and that can hold a little bit more, so that might be better for the fishing kayaks or those heavier, bulkier kayaks. When you're not using it, it folds up and stores pretty easily. You just fold that part in, push down on the kickstand, and the wheels actually detach too, just making it easier to store overall. Just push in on the button and slide the wheel off. Same thing on this side. Now there's a bit of an overhang here, so you just got to push down on the button and slide the wheel over that button, see how it's catching there, then you can slide off easy. Now you can put your kayak cart in a backpack or slide up here in front of your feet, and you can still put the wheels back here in your storage compartment. And you're ready to get on your way. You probably saw it didn't fit in our back compartment. Here's the dimensions for it, what you'll need for it to fit if you do have, you want to measure out your kayak. From wheel end to wheel end is 26 inches. From top to bottom is 14 inches. And then the overall thickness here is 4 inches. So that's what you're working with when you're looking to store it. Now there's plenty of other options. Throw it in a backpack on your back. You can put it up here like I had it in, but if that's in your way of your feet, that's annoying. You could probably put it up here too. It's not going to go anywhere and it'll stay with you. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.